So this one journal makes almost $9,000 a month over on Amazon KDP, and we're going to find out why. So in this video, we're going to take a look at this super cute Mum, I Want to Hear Your Story book that's self-published over on Amazon. And so just taking a look, it's a journal that people fill in themselves, and it's a very giftable product. So it's designed for mums to fill in, and within the book there's loads of guided prompts that allow mums to tell their story. And so if we take a quick look at the front cover, it's very, very simple. It's very clear what it is, so if you're creating journals for yourself, make sure that you're creating something that's nice and clear. And then at the bottom here, it's got a tagline to describe what the book is. So it's called Mum, I Want to Hear Your Story, and it's a mother's guided journal to share her life and her love. So it's very obvious what this book is and who it is for. And then if we look here at the top, it's also part of Hear Your Story books, which is 21 books. So in here you've got a Mum, I Want to Hear Your Story, a dad, grandma, grandfather, auntie, uncle, etc. And the benefit of creating a book like this that's very giftable is that you can create a series and capitalize on the success of one book and create a series, so you've got loads of books that sell well. And so looking at this, it's the #1 bestseller in motherhood, and it was released back in 2019. So this might have been the very first type of journal to do this, or it might have seen something successful out there and done it better. But this shows that if you create a book, it can sell for years over on Amazon KDP. And you can see straight away here from the hook at the top, it says, give your mum the gift she will love and you will cherish. So as I say on these videos sometimes, I'm always saying focus on giftable areas. And this is very much focusing on a gift for mum. If we look at what's inside the book, it's got 250 thought-provoking questions and prompts. So here it says over 250 guided prompts. It's 6x9 in terms of size. It's got some nice designed up elements in there. This is probably why it's doing so well actually. It was featured on Oprah.com, USA Today, and loads of other websites. So this has obviously performed really well on Amazon, and then they've done really well with the marketing and the PR side of things as well. If we click the read sample button, we can take a look inside the book. So you've got a nice simple quote here at the beginning, and about this book section, and then you get into the content. So here's an example of what's inside. This page is around it being your birthday. So it says here, what's your birthday? What was your full name at birth? What city were you born in? How much did you weigh? Etc, etc. And so how this works at the end of the day is, yes, it's a gift for mum, but it's also a gift for whoever's buying it, because it can be a fantastic keepsake. So it's just a very cute journal. And as you can see here, here's an example other page. So it says, what stories have you been told about the day you were born? And then it's got a whole page just for that to be filled in. Here's another one, what's your favourite childhood memory? And a whole page. And then it's got fun prompts for mums to do, like what happened the year you were born? Describe elements of growing up, what you were like when you were a kid, did you have a nickname, etc. So inside the book, yes, that's going to take quite a while to put together. You need to figure out all those prompts. But the book itself, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's just a very clever idea that's been very well marketed. And if we come on down to the bestseller rank, you can see that it's currently number 477 in all books on Amazon.com. That means it's selling incredibly well. And you'd imagine with Q4 and Christmas coming up, that it's going to sell even better. So this is currently #1 in motherhood and #2 in parent and adult-child relationship books. It's got over 18,000 reviews, so it's obviously selling very well. It's got a very positive score of 4.7 out of 5. So if you were thinking maybe it's not possible anymore to make money with low content books, this is a fantastic example of how you can. But I think long gone are the days of just pushing out notebooks and hoping for sales, but crafting something with an idea. Maybe with guided journals, there's possibilities to make ongoing passive sales over on Amazon. And so if we take that 477 bestseller rank and put it into a book sales calculator tool, we can see here that it's making around 114 sales every day. And if we want to find out how much money it's making, we can come on over to the printing cost and royalty calculator tool. So it's a paperback in black and white. It's a 6x9 book. It's selling on Amazon.com and it has 108 pages. It's currently listed for $9.79, which means that this book is making $2.60 in royalties for every purchase. So it's selling incredibly well, and we're just going to do a little bit of maths here. So how well does it sell? It's got a bestseller rank of 477, which means it gets approximately 114 sales a day. That's around 3,420 sales a month. And then in terms of money, if we put that all together and do the maths, it makes around 296 royalties per day, which is around $8,892 every month. Now, obviously, this doesn't include expenses like advertising, but you'd expect that this book sells very well organically by itself anyway. So this journal is selling incredibly well, and it kind of shows the potential on Amazon KDP if you can come up with an interesting idea and probably be amongst the first to market as well. So obviously these areas of mum guided journals are likely to be oversaturated, but if you can come up with an interesting take on it, an interesting spin, or a completely different area that works in a similar way, there's every chance you could make sales, especially as we're coming to Q4. And just to finish the video, we're going to have a little look at the A+ content as well, which is where you can add additional banners and imagery and those kind of things. And you can see here, they've showcased the book and they've got a bit more information about what's inside. It shows where it's been featured, which is a fantastic thing to be able to include. And what I really like as well is it's got a mock-up of someone writing inside the book. Whenever I do A+ content, if you're able to show inside the book like this in a mocked up setting, I find that it helps with the purchases. So yeah, make sure you're focusing on the A+ content and taking your time with these banner images. If we scroll down to the reviews, we can see what some people are saying. So this person here says, "It's great to see and remember all the trails of life you went through and overcame. It's a great sentimental gift. It's a great gift idea to connect and get to know your aging parents and life and adventures." So yeah, it's obviously a very positive book, which is something to tap into when you're creating these kind of guided journals. But this is amazing. And I'm going to try and see if I can come up with any guided journals because they're quite easy to make at the end of the day. You could make them in Canva, in BookBolt. You could design them yourself using Photoshop and InDesign. But all you need to do is come up with those prompts. Let's say 250 guided prompts that you want to include across 100 to 150 pages. Then all it is just laying them out. So this is quite an easy book to make. Yet it has the potential to make thousands every single month. If you've got any questions about this or guided journals or want to share your experiences with journals, drop them down in the comments below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.